after one season was cut by the Dolphins. Do you think he would have been ripped if he said anything nice about Flo? Disingenuous, oh, he's lying. I don't know. Maybe he's on to something there. I always feel like, say you don't have to go over the top, but I still, like, if he had said something like, oh yeah, I think Brian Flores is a heck of a coach. Could have left it at that. Simple, to the point. It's not a headline. No comment is a headline. Like, no comment makes it sound like you're going out of your way not to say anything because you were bitter. Now, he's definitely right. If he had criticized Flo, that would have looked way too salty. Like, if he had gone out of his way to say, yeah, this guy's an idiot, I don't know why he was releasing me, he's not a good coach, that would have sounded horrible. Okay, so there's no question if he had criticized Flo, would have sounded bad. The quote would have been in every paper, every tabloid, every website. Would have been a really bad look. So he's right about that. But do you think he's also right that if he had said something nice, he looks disingenuous and he's damned either way? I don't know. I think it would have just looked like you're a nice, positive guy. Like, if you could say, hey, it's a business. Like, all you have to say is, listen, I know football is a business. I'm sure he understands that releasing him was more financial than it was football, right? I mean, I don't know. I think you could have still said something nice about Flo, and it wouldn't have come off disingenuous. I think that's a little unnecessary. Van Noy is not exactly the most entertaining guy behind the scenes anyway, so I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't deal with praise very well. Maybe that's not really his strength. Whatever it is, I don't think it comes off looking that great. 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. I was talking about, anonymous accusers and anonymous lawsuits. Marla texts in, Twitter works the same way as far as, like, anonymous. Obviously, tweeting insults at each other is a little bit of a different thing, but I do understand what you're saying. Like, if you ever get hate from an anonymous Twitter account, people take that way too seriously sometimes. Like, I feel so bad whenever I see stories, and I get it that if you're like a teenager, it affects you a different way. I'm a grown man. I'm damn near 40. I'm a man. Come at me. If some anonymous loser with Cristiano Ronaldo in their avatar and 4 followers and, no name attached to their account curses at me on Twitter, I don't lose a second of sleep over that. Now, if I were to get criticized by people that I respect, then that might hit closer to home. Where, like, I see sometimes when people say something wrong on social media, right? And I've never done this, thank God, because I first of all, I don't think this way. I'm not racist, I'm not homophobic or sexist or anything like that. So sometimes if you have like a person in the media or a public figure tweet out something that comes off in one of those ways, right? You tweet. This happens to radio hosts a lot because you try to shock people. You try to be too provocative. Sometimes you go too far. Now, that's not really my style, especially not on social media, and I don't think things like this. But every now and then, you'll see a radio host say something very regrettable on social media, and then colleagues of theirs or peers of theirs will come out and condemn it. If I was ever in that situation where, God forbid, I say something, wrong or something that comes off wrong, and I start to get, criticized by people I respect and taken to task for it, then yeah, that would really hit me. But if I say something salty or negative about Cristiano Ronaldo on Twitter, and then his fanboys that are basement dwellers, teenagers, losers, start coming at me and cursing at me, I don't lose a second of sleep over that. So, like, I think that bothers people way too much. Like, you hear these awful stories about, depression that's caused over social media bullying, and, suicides have happened because of that. It just makes me so sad because, and I'm not going to come off on this soapbox rant that people need to have thicker skin. That's not my angle. But I want everyone to take the angle in understanding that if you're getting bullied by anonymous people hiding behind avatars and account names that are not even putting themselves out there on Front Street, then try to take it in stride, because one other thing I come to realize on social media is when you get ripped by a random account, do yourself a favor, click on that account and look at all their tweets. 99% of the time, these people only tweet nasty things to others. So again, it's like, take it less seriously. If you click on this person's account and all they do every day is rip people and curse at people, then that's probably not someone you should take the criticism so personally from. Texter writes in, Van Noy actually believes that anyone cares what he has to say now about Flores when he was only here for 1 year, did next to nothing on the field. He was all right, and basically showed up in Davie for only the dough. I don't care what he says, and I doubt Flo cares what he says. Like I don't think Flo is losing any sleep over that, man. 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. You know, Kai Chen Chisholm tweeted out earlier. He says, honestly, we should give Laramie Tunsil a spot in the Dolphins' Ring of Honor if Tua or anyone picked up with those picks becomes great. I commented on that saying he also deserves a statue at the stadium. Toast tweets, I think his dealer should get most of the credit. We owe a gas mask bong. We owe all of this to a gas mask bong. You're right. Because if Laramie Tunsil hadn't have been photographed in the bong, smoking the gas mask, which came out like an hour before the draft that year, if that photo hadn't come out, he never would have fallen to the Dolphins. What was it, the 13th pick? He would have been taken number 3. Like, he never would have fallen to us. I wonder if that was an inside job. I wonder if somebody in the Dolphins front office may have planted that photo. Whoever it is, God bless them, because we have the bong. We have the bong or the dealer to thank for that. Laramie Tunsil, we owe it all. We owe it all to your suppliers, sir. Thank you so much for the assist. When we come back, we're going to bring in Michael Christian for a little crosstalk. I got to ask Michael about what he was talking about in the Esports Minute that's airing today. They're cutting down on gambling in Fortnite? What kind of soft-ass bullshit is that? I mean, I don't play Fortnite, but you're telling me this sounds like a party. So if people are playing Fortnite and they're actually gambling, like on people to win or lose, that might be the one thing that could have gotten me into Fortnite. And now you can't do that anymore? This is tragic. I gotta get Michael to expand on that when we come back here on Onside Radio. Hold on, I'm trying to find a liner I haven't read yet. Oh, here we go. How about this one? Weeknights, 6 to 7 p.m. Catch Game Night with Michael Christian. Listen to the show that provides the smorgasbord that gamers love and sports fans desire. From breaking sports news to the latest in gaming culture, catch Game Night with Michael Christian from 6 to 7 p.m. exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
The man of the match with South Florida's own Alex Donno. Weekdays 1 to 5 p.m. on the home for Inter Miami football. OnSideRadio.com.
Look out, world, we're getting strong. The future's here and we belong. She can STEM, she can do more. Like build a rocket and watch it soar. Or clean the oceans and make the world a better place. Oh, she can STEM, so can you. Find a cure, invent something new. There's no challenge in the world that she can't face. She can STEM.
Learn more at She Can STEM. A message brought to you by the Ad Council.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now, it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Parents, we know we can't protect our kids from everything. Eventually, they're going to bump their heads or scrape their knees. But we can protect them from 6 types of cancer. HPV, or human papillomavirus, is a common, preventable virus that can cause cancer later in life. The HPV vaccine prevents human papillomavirus and all the cancers it can cause. The American Cancer Society recommends getting your sons and daughters the HPV vaccine starting at age 9 to protect them later in life.
Join the Inter Miami family in 2021 by becoming a 2021 season ticket member. Enjoy enhanced access benefits and pricing not available to general fans. Visit intermiamicf.com/tickets for more information.
You're listening to OnsideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnsideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station. You're listening to this station with more live and local sports talk than anyone else in South Florida. OnsideRadio.com, broadcasting from South Florida to the world. Welcome back to the Man of the Match with Alex Donno. You can reach out anytime on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
So we're going to bring in our guy, Michael Christian, for the crossover here on Onside Radio. Michael, you piqued my interest with the Esports Minute today, because when I heard you talking about people gambling on Fortnite, for a second I'm thinking, oh, I can finally get into this. Like, I finally now have an angle to get interested. And now you're saying they're cracking down on it? Like, so tell me about what kind of gambling was taking place, and like, why the hell are they stopping it? Because this sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it was more of a friendly gamble / wager kind of thing. So you'd have, let's just say you and I were playing Fortnite, just the two of us. You and I would both hop into a duos match, would be on the same team technically, but then you and I would separate and just try to get as many kills as we could, and the winner would get whatever we put at stake, whether it be, $100 each, $1,000 each, whatever it was. A lot of these were big time streamers, so they have plenty of money to throw away on this kind of stuff. So that's kind of how the wager process went.
And now they're saying they're putting the kibosh on it. And like, how can they enforce that?
Yeah, so basically the way they're enforcing that, so let's just say you and I hopped into a match, just the two of us, and we weren't streaming it, and we just did that, and you and I were each wagering like $100. They couldn't stop that because they aren't sure. Unless they started watching the match and realizing that you and I on the same team are on different sides of the map and going for completely different teams, which doesn't make sense, because at that point you're abandoning the objective of being the last team standing. You're just trying to get the most kills. But they're doing it really for the top streamers that have thousands of people watching them at any given time. They can know by watching them if they're in a wager or not, and at that point they'd ban them from the game permanently.
Wow, that sounds like such a buzzkill. And you said that it wouldn't be the first time that, like, people try to, like, quote unquote cancel Fortnite. So what has happened in the past that has upset people before this whole thing?
I mean, there's plenty of stuff. So just the difference in that game between if you're playing on PC or console, between controller and keyboard and mouse, it's very skewed towards keyboard and mouse being easier. They've also made design changes. They've taken out weapons that people loved. They dove much deeper into, hey, let's get more skins. That way people spend more money on the game. There's just a lot of decisions that they've made that have been very against what the community wanted. And it just keeps happening over and over again. And because the game now is becoming nothing more than just technical, they just want technical people that are really good at the game. It's not really fun anymore. It's not relaxing. It's super stressful. So people have abandoned that game in droves.
Wow. I always learn new stuff from you. Michael Christian joins us here. He's going to take over 6 o'clock tonight here for game night on Onside Radio. We had gone into the weekend, Heat fans, pretty sure that LaMarcus Aldridge was going to sign in Miami. He ends up spurning Miami for Brooklyn. So where do you think the Heat turn from here? Because, of course, I had set my sights to Boogie Cousins, but then you kind of wonder, he's been available for over a month. Like, why has nobody seemed to want this guy at this point? And then we're waiting on a potential Otto Porter buyout as well. So where do you think the Heat go from here?
I mean, it's going to be tough for the Heat. Personally, I just think they need to go for somebody that gets rebounds.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for me to talk about LaMarcus Aldridge after you said he spurned the team. I mean, come on. That was a pun on purpose, and I applaud you for that. Well done. But, yeah, I mean, he would have been a good fit. They just need somebody that's going to rebound the ball. They need somebody with size. They're going to need somebody that can play at that position, because really right now the only option is Bielitsa or Precious, and because Precious never plays alongside Bam, Precious would have to be the backup. Bielitsa gets thrust into the starting lineup. I'd have to see how it goes, but I would love Boogie Cousins as a tryout, Try him for a couple games. If it works, it works. If not, you figure it out with somebody else.
I like that idea. What do you plan for game night tonight?
We're going to talk some Miami Heat basketball, but first I want to do a quick mock draft again. So obviously draft season is fully ramped up, and after the Dolphins moves, they have some new positions where they'll be drafting from. So I'm really curious to see what I could get on all the different sites and everything. And of course, it's a Marvel Monday, so we'll be talking about the latest episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was a really good one, but it did leave me with a ton of questions.
You know, I want that Fugazi Captain America to get killed. I hate him so much. He's so annoying. Like, who is this loser? Why does he think he can take the shield? Like, I want a terrible thing to happen to this guy. I almost feel like Michael, because I know that the story arc, I'm sure, is going to be really well written. Something's going to happen in the next couple of episodes that are going to make people like this guy. Oh, maybe he's not so bad like we thought, but oh, this guy annoys the hell out of me. And Alex was telling me he's Kurt Russell's son. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he is Kurt Russell's son. So now you've got two Russells in the MCU, although his father in the MCU is already dead because he got killed in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. But yeah, I don't like him either. The one thing I do like about him is I think he's a great villain for the show because he's not just a villain. He's also like, it's not that he's a bad guy looking to destroy the world. He's just a bad dude, right? He's just a jerk. And so I can't wait to see what happens to him.
Good stuff. We got game night coming up. Thanks, Michael.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Awesome. Huge thanks to Jordan Schultz, who joined us, Ira Winderman. Big thanks to Tito and to Alex. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. here at Onside Radio, the only locally owned sports station in South Florida. We are OnsideRadio.com.
OnsideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your Onside Radio E-Report with Michael Christian.
Fortnite. Once the world's top video game has once again alienated their player base, this time banning all wagers. Wagers were when 2 or more Fortnite players play each other for money. Essentially, if it was a 1v1 or a 2v2, you would jump into a duos or quads match and the individual or team with the highest kill count would win the prize pool. This is common in Fortnite and is often used by many of the top streamers to not only keep their audience engaged, but also to help keep them motivated playing the game when tournaments aren't happening. Epic has now banned all forms of wagers and has even sent personal emails to top streamers warning them they will be banned if they are caught engaging in said wagers. Ending this practice seems to be the cherry on top that once again got RIP Fortnite trending on Twitter.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E-Report.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. You're listening to the home of Inter Miami CF.
His strike is a decent one. It's fired into the top right corner. Gonzalo Higuain opens his account for Inter Miami.
OnsideRadio.com, where the passion for La Rosa Negra runs deep.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place.